Hey, Avery. Brooks Gabina from the Advocate. There was a time when you were kind of an unknown name, and then throughout all the your success, just with the touchbacks and such. And I mean, what have you experienced throughout this past year up to this point? And how? I mean, a lot of movement on the special teams, and a couple of new members. No Zach Von Rosenberg anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
what's this group like?
You know, we've lost. You know, we lost Zach, but it's kind of something that happens every year. My first year we lost Cole Tracy. Then we lost Blake the next year, and then we lost Zach this past year. But I feel like we've gotten closer as a group in the past couple months. We got two new long snappers coming in. We have Payton Todd coming in. They're all just really great guys, and I think we've gotten closer as a group. So we've just been working really hard, and I'm proud of where we are now, and we got a lot of work to do to get ready for September.
And with this group, I mean, you're kind of one of the older ones.
Mm-hmm.
What did you learn from kind of this past to kind of keep up this culture that you stepped into?
Yeah, it's crazy. I am the oldest in there, and it's happened really fast. With Cole, with Blake, and with Zach, they just teach you so many things. Specifically Blake, who was like a mentor to me coming up and through the past couple of years, but just really lead by example, and the rest of the guys will follow. And I think I do that well. I think Cade York does that extremely well. Cade York's like our little coach on the field. He helps us with all our stuff. He's really smart when it comes to kicking. So, just doing what we need to do on the field, but especially off the field. Not causing any problems, stuff like that is really, how we leave our mark.
Hey, Amos Morad from WWL Radio. What are some of the things that you guys, as a special teams unit, are focusing on this spring that you're hoping to carry into the fall?
Yeah, I think the main thing is just consistency, specifically for me. I think consistency on my kickoffs, which I didn't feel was necessarily there last season as it should be. I think Cade's really working on being consistent. I know he had a heck of a year last year, but just, there's always room for improvement. That's the main thing in the world of specialists is can you do what you're doing consistently? And, those that can make it, those that can't don't. That's what we're working on right now in spring is, our technique, just getting better and being more consistent.
Hey, Jacques Doucet, Channel 9 here in Baton Rouge. I just want to ask you the combination of you and Kate and the way you're able to do things and the distance between your kickoffs and some of the field goals he's making. Is that strength and conditioning? Is that the evolution of a kicker? Used to be a guy made a 50-yarder. It's a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of things combined. It's technique. It's Tommy Moffitt, him and Coach Earl. They do a fantastic job with us. You see me and Cade kick the ball really far. You've seen Zach kind of improve through his years of being able to punt the ball higher and further. They just do a really good job in the weight room. But there's a lot of guys you don't see that kick it just as well. Preston Stafford, Ezekiel Mata, and the long snappers have improved so much, whether it's covering down the field, whether it's snapping the ball with, more velocity. I mean, with a good snap, it's, this is a lot of things that people don't know is that, a good snap wants to be from the snapper to the punter in 0.80 seconds. Well, our snappers are about at like 0.73 on average. So, they've just gotten stronger. And I think that says a lot for Tommy Moffitt and his staff.
So I know he's only been on campus for a little while, but what's Payton Todd like?
He's a great guy. He's a very hard worker. It's one thing I've seen in him in the past, however long we've been here, 2 months, I guess. He's just a really hard worker, coming in, should be in high school right now, should be playing a senior baseball season, but he's here doing fourth quarter, doing spring ball. It shows a lot of drive and a lot of potential in him.
Hey, Avery, I want to ask you, are you getting involved at all in the punting competition along with Payton? Just give some competition there, and how different is that for you to show that side of you?
Yeah, definitely been working on my punting for the past couple of years. We've had Zach here, who is, a solid force as many people know. And I've been his backup for the past 2 years. So I've definitely been working on it. Me and Payton are, going to compete this spring and this fall. Payton's an extremely good punter. But back to, that's having the benefits of having our coaches, but also Cade. Cade was a really good punter coming out of high school. So he's kind of, helped develop me the past couple of years, helped develop Payton right now. So, we're both working. We're both trying to be the best punters we both can be.
Who's kind of shaping up to take over the leadership role? Zach had a presence about him. I'm not sure who's going to become the Twitter lord there either. But can you talk just kind of taking over that role?
Yeah, and I think that role has fell on me and Cade. I think we both have understood that we are the upperclassmen now, and that we have to lead. And, I don't know if anybody's going to take over that Twitter world that Zach lives in. I think that's a realm for himself. But yeah, so I think it's fallen on me and Cade. We're doing the best, and I think we're going to do a good job.
Yeah, Avery, that was kind of my question. I don't know if Zach left you the keys to the sage wisdom, that he used to like to drop on us. But you specialists do have an outside perspective, and I was just curious, looking at the team this year, how much healthier, I guess, are the relationships between the coaches and players, and how important is that, I guess, to being a good football team?
Yeah, and I think that's the most important thing, and I think that might have been something that was lacking last year. And, you can make excuses because of the pandemic and stuff, but I don't necessarily think we were that close as a football team. And that's something I've seen, after the Ole Miss game last fall till now, is that we've grown so much more as a football team. People are enjoying themselves, being with each other. And, I think that'll lead to success. If you love who you're playing with and you'll fight with who's standing next to you, I think the sky's the limit.
Avery, what has Greg McMahon identified as y'all's main thing to work on this spring?
There's a lot of things. I think it depends on what unit. With kickoff specifically, we're working on just being more consistent with our coverage units. If it isn't a touchback and they bring it out, we just got to be more consistent there. But as specialists, it's the same thing. It's consistency. He has such high expectations for us, and that's good. That's what we need. We need our coach pushing us, and he's done that since I've been here. And he's pushed us to get better every single day. Like I said, on and off the field. If our grades, if we have a B in a class, he's concerned. So, it's everything. He does a lot for us, and we really appreciate him.
Okay, thank you, Avery.
Thank y'all.